what's going on, guys? You're on the sidelines with the Sideline guys. I'm Derrick.
And I'm Chris. Welcome back.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good to see you, man.
Yes, sir. You too, man. It's been an eventful week.
Been
Got a
one
lot
hell
to
of a
talk
week.
about, as always. Yes, sir.
What do you want to start with?
I just want to start with the ballad. I just want to say rest in peace to my Yankees. It's been a tough week. We've been coping, but
Yeah, man.
got to move forward. Like I said, I told him earlier, I got my hoodie on. I'm
Yeah,
true to my religion. I ain't
yeah,
switching up. I got
yeah,
my Yankees hats. We
yeah.
consistent, baby. We doing this. And then
Hey,
besides that, man, don't doubt my Ravens. I know they got a good defense over there in Denver. I know, but
mm, bro, you know what? Football is weird to me again.
when is it normal? Literally.
It's just so weird, man. It's like as soon as you think you know what's gonna happen, it just switches up on you. And I feel like that's
Legit.
how my season has actually felt like.
Legit. I mean, imagine how Patriots fans feel. I mean, same exact way, literally. So
Hey, man. Yeah. They probably should have. Well, mm,
we'll get to that. We'll
we'll
get
get
to
to it.
that.
We'll get
Because
to
I,
it. We'll
I
get
know
to it.
exactly what you're saying. Yeah, there's
Yeah,
a
yeah.
couple games this week that were literally just like that I'm watching. And I'm like, if this played out the way it could have, we
Yeah.
could have been terrible on picks this week. Like
Oh yeah.
literally.
Oh yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay. You want to get started with what? We want to start with the results from last week, or
Yes. We'll hop up in the results and then we'll get on to Thursday night's game and keep it going from there.
right?
So let me just pull this week 5. Boom. So we got a lot of significant ones that we were
Yeah.
big wrong on. I just want to
Yeah.
point these out real quick.
Yes.
Both of us were on the Titans against the Jets. Got that one wrong.
I
Both of
feel
us
like God would have even chosen the Titans.
literally. And even as the game was playing out, I'm like, it's closer than it should be, but they're up
Yeah.
7. They'll be able to
Yeah.
figure it out. Good signs though, for that Jets team. Good
Hey
signs
man.
that they were able to pull out that game. But
Yeah. Did you watch the game? Because I didn't watch it.
yes, I did.
Okay, so how much significance was well, I'm pretty sure it was very significant, but the AJ Brown Julio injuries in terms of them being gone. Do you think that the Titans, like, that's what they're leaning on in terms of what they missed, or
I think it was a mixture of things. I think penalties got involved, but also I think most importantly, they were able to stop the run. They couldn't get Henry going towards the end of the game. Early on, he was able to do some things, but towards the end of the game, couldn't get him going, and that led to sort of this comeback avalanche that we had. But the injuries definitely do matter, man, and
yeah?
especially with week 5 coming up. There's a lot of teams that are feeling the injury bug now. A lot of teams
Oof,
signing people. It's crazy.
bro, it's weird, man. This is a weird season. Um, but you know what? You mentioned penalties. I'll get to penalties later on because I have a
Mhm.
whole. I am so sick and tired. So sick and
I
tired
feel
of
you.
penalties.
I feel you. And there's a big one I want to talk about with that last game too, that Chargers Raiders.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Man, glaring mistakes you see on that Raiders line. But
yeah. So what else did
all
we
right,
get
so
wrong?
next up, we got to pay dirt, man. Lions Bears. This was a pleasant surprise, I will
Yes,
say.
yes.
I just want to say shout out to my boy Donner. He's a big Bears fan, and I told him I introduced him to the pod. I'm like, man, you might not want to listen to that section. Like, you're gonna want to skip the part where I'm talking about the Bears. But I think I really liked what I saw. I didn't watch the game. I saw some highlights. I really like. I mean, obviously, opposition always plays a factor, but I really felt like they were able to utilize him much better, put him in a scheme that works for him, and while also making sure that everything sort of ran through David.
Right.
It's unfortunate he's also injured now too, if I'm not mistaken,
Yeah,
which is a tough one. But fantasy implications there. If you could grab his backup, I'm the worst. I don't even have his backup, but
bro.
um,
I don't even talk to me about fantasy right now. I'm
oh
in
man,
I'm in 7 leagues and I won one this week.
oh that's so rough, dude. I
And
feel
and
you.
and it's because of injuries. It's because of
Hmm.
injuries. I mean, like it that played a huge part in a lot of matchups this week. But
Literally.
yeah, AJ Brown being gone. McCaffrey being gone.
Nightmarish, literally nightmare. But I will say things are looking up. You got Josh Allen going up against the Chiefs defense.
Hey, yeah,
Should be a
yeah,
good matchup. Should be a good matchup.
yeah. Prayerfully that, yeah, because I have Josh Allen in, I think, 4 leagues, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yep.
I need to light him up in everyone.
Yeah. He's been needing it too.
Yeah, man.
But what do we say about these Lions team, man? There were high hopes coming in with the moves that they made, which understandably so.
Really?
I If you ask Lions fans, definitely.
Okay, Alliance fans. Okay, all right.
If you
But
ask Lions fans, definitely. And when you consider the
yeah,
haul, when you consider what they did, like if you're doing that trade, regardless of if who was unhappy, you would assume that you see some value in Goff, especially giving up picks.
I okay. So the way I looked at it was, it felt like they were just punting away
Mm,
possibility of like maybe building something.
mhm.
Like, I mean, of course, I have no faith in the Detroit Lions whatsoever.
No reason
Whatsoever.
to.
I have more faith on being able to stand on water than the Lions. But but that did feel kind of like a lost cause, because you already saw what golf was like in LA, and
Mhm.
that's with weapons around them.
Literally.
You know what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
yeah, I didn't have much faith in them. This was, yeah. I have nothing to say about this game
Literally.
outside of the fact that Matt Nagy, like, I know we go on this rant about him every week.
And I'm ready to talk shit about him, by the way.
Please.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Dude has to go. Dude has to go. I mean, he's not in control. I mean,
Hmm.
they finally announced that Justin Fields is the starter today, right?
Hmm. Yep. Today.
Just announced it. But like that was like, you should Dalton should have never been a starter.
Literally.
It's just like that should never even been a thought.
Hmm.
So yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I think Fields and then having Foles as a backup is good. You see what you can do with Dalton if you can trade him or whatever. I don't think there's a need.
Hmm.
I don't think there's a need. They don't even look like they're trying to win. It's like
I
but it's like, hey, this one's just kind of like whatever.
Yeah,
It's the Lions.
I feel like especially defensively, they're doing everything that they can, even on weeks where they can't do anything.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, I would say after seeing this game, I'm interested to see them against better comp because they had a better game plan coming out and
Hmm.
just spreading the field for him, for Fields.
Hmm.
But like we said every week, this is a matter of putting him in the right situation, not to succeed, but to learn.
Yes.
And I think definitely the way they're going about things now can help. It's just I'm worried with all those injuries. Now you're putting even more pressure back on him, which is not what you want.
Right.
But like you said, I hope they don't go in expecting to win. Last piece on Nagy. This dude, I don't know if you ever heard any of his press conferences. Like this man
Yeah.
rambles and loves himself more than any coach that I can imagine. Like
Yeah.
literally, I'm thinking of all these different people. There's nobody quite like him. And he finally they were talking about this, and
Hmm.
they're like, oh, the offense looked great. Apparently, this is the first week where their offensive coordinator Bill Lazor was actually calling plays.
Hmm.
Just how is this happening in week 4? But he went on this whole rant when they asked him that question, sort of saying, we saw improvement through Lazor. He's like,
Hmm.
yeah, Lazor's running the plays, but really everything's really through me.
Hmm.
Like, dude, what is going on with you, man? Like I get it. I get it. You want, like, I guess as a coach, I feel like it's more so the opposite. You should want to take the fall for things, not take the credit for things. And the fact that they're trying to pump up your staff and you're like, no, actually, he had to check with me first.
Yeah.
Just a clown move, dude.
But I mean, it's not like he was making any sound decisions when he had control. So it's like, why is anybody running any decision through you to make
Literally.
sure that it makes sense? It doesn't make sense. Dude needs to go. Like,
Uh-huh.
give it up.
Yeah.
The team looks
Give it
significantly
up.
better.
Literally.
So, like, uh, he's a common denominator.
Hmm.
He's a
Hmm.
common denominator. I
And
like.
I would say it's so ironic because he literally doesn't even realize it. Like he's so full of himself, he doesn't realize that he's hindering them. But
What if he is? What if he does? What if he does know that he is, and he just doesn't care? Because that's what it feels like. That's what it felt like week 1. Like, you make Dalton the starter, knowing good and well that he's not going to do anything. Fields
literally.
needed to be the guy. I don't know, man.
And like we said, it's not even about him being the guy now. It's about the development time and
It's all
giving
about the
him the
development.
reps,
Yeah,
literally giving him the
yeah,
reps. Such a strange organization. I think like we keep saying, get Khalil Mack out of there. Let him do something. And I will say, there is a little bright spot on that offense. Literally the one receiver that everyone points to when you talk about the Bears. He has some really good plays. Mooney, I believe his name
yeah.
is
Darnell Mooney.
Darnell
Yeah,
Mooney.
yeah,
Yep,
yeah, yeah,
he
yeah,
had 100 yards plus and big chunk plays that really helped out Fields have a better line. Really, if you really
yeah.
look at it.
Yeah.
But man, very few bright spots on a otherwise terrible team.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
but next up, the next one we got to eat crow on. Colts Dolphins.
Mm.
Man, my boy was back on the field, both ankles intact, and they did a good job managing this game.
Yeah, they did. They did. Look. I love Wentz. I don't. It's not just because he's in a different uniform. I don't. I don't care about him. Um, this season is honestly going to determine like my perspective on him. I think that's going to be the best way I can put that, because I mean, what they won. This is their first game, right? That they won.
Mm-hmm.
You're supposed to get Hilton back. Um, I want to see what the offense can look like when that happens, but I almost, I hate saying this, but I almost feel like it doesn't even matter. Like, look, the only reason why I even care about the Colts this year is because I want to make sure Wentz gets in all those snaps so we can get that pick. That's literally it. Once that happens, done. I don't care. I'm literally watching the Colts for this pick. That's it. Outside of that, whatever.
And I would say you're probably more excited than even Colts fans watching these games because you
Oh
got more to look
yeah,
forward to.
yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. There was the Colts, like, and we talked. I think we talked about it last week, but like the Colts as constructed last season, you think of how good they were. Just add Winston over old man Rivers, and it was supposed to be Super Bowl esque. I
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know.
Yeah, man. I think uh, their big issue to this day is just figuring out what other receivers are going to give them anything. I
Yeah,
mean, like you said, Ty's coming back, but you got a whole bunch of guys in uniform, and none of them are coming up for you. Like even if you're trying
yeah,
everything you can, screenplays,
yeah,
everything, it is just not working.
yeah.
But we can't complain too much coming off this win. I would say beat up Dolphins team, a dejected Dolphins team. I might add too.
Mm-hmm.
Defensively, it was strange to look at these highlights because a lot of the plays, it's like there should be two or three people there,
Mm-hmm.
but you can only play who you got on the schedule. So
Let me
good
ask you
win for
something.
the Colts. Yep.
You think Brissett keeps the job?
I think they have no real other option. I would say they give him the best chance and also keeps the scheme similar to what they ideally want to run with Tua. I think that's
Mm-hmm.
the biggest thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't see a reason to move on because what are you realistically expecting? You know,
No, I'm saying Tua comes back. Tua comes back. Is this like automatically switching back to him, or is this Brissett's for the time being?
I think there's no reason to stay with Brissett. I think they already sort of showed their level so far in the season. I
Mm-hmm.
would say more so lean on development time. But if they're trying to go win now, I think there's a conversation to be had there about who could potentially give them the higher upside.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know, man. Um, I've seen just quick observation. Gasicki looks to be utilized a little more with Brissett in there. With Tua there, he's
Blocking.
like he's gone. I don't know what's going on. So I don't know. Do you try to? I mean, you try to win every game, right? That's
Mhm.
the point of playing the sport. Yeah.
Yeah.
But is it like? Do you think that the Dolphins are good enough right now to win to try to do something, or do you think like this is just like another wash season and you just play for a pick?
Yeah, I think they're in a tough spot just based on where they're at,
Yeah.
conference wise and everything. I know that we got another wild card spot, but even then, I would say they do have the pieces, especially defensively, to be a feisty team. Like they're in these
Yeah.
games, they're not getting blown out,
Yeah. Yeah.
except for
Yeah.
that Bills game. But at the same
Yeah.
time, it's like
Yeah.
it's hard because you see a lot of guys making plays, and then you also see games where they're completely lost out there. So
Right.
it's a bag of tricks with that team. I think there's a big chance, like you said, the less that they keep Gesicki involved, the worse that they do. I agree
Yeah.
with that 100%.
Yeah.
But it's such a strange spot to be in, especially when you put all that capital into Tua. But
Yeah. 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 Because I
I'm sad
don't,
about Waddle. I feel like
bro.
even though rookie contract you're expecting, he's been ghost, man.
Yeah. 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 I don't even know what I expected from him though.
Mhm.
Not in Miami. I like pretty much anywhere else, that has a competent offense and everything, like that would make sense. But I don't know what I expected from him. I like I don't trust Tua. Sorry. I hate saying it like that. I don't trust him though. I
Mhm.
don't I don't. And I'm
And
not
you
I'm
don't have
not
a reason
mailing
to.
him. I'm yeah, but I'm not, also not giving up on him right now. This is what, second year two.
Mhm.
So it's possible he can get healthy and stay healthy and play up to his potential. But yeah, it ain't it.
Yeah, man. If you're,
This ain't it,
with all
man.
due respect, I don't care if you're turning in less than 200 yards and turnovers.
Yeah,
There's reason to believe that they got to start looking elsewhere.
yeah,
Same time, like you said, it's just a weird situation that he's in my opinion. I think, like you
yeah.
said, they have a hard time getting the run going as well, which is a big issue.
Mhm.
Especially with the young quarterback.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I feel like he's one of those players that you could see him get written off and then end up somewhere else and just do
Hmm.
very, very well. Like you won't be surprised
Yeah.
to see that. Comes from a blue chip organization, from college and everything. I know he's 2 years out, but still, that
Yeah.
matters.
Yeah.
So who knows? I love to see him turn around and really play big after he comes back from that injury. But interested to see how that goes. And on that note, last two big games that we messed up on, we got Browns Vikings. Both of us hedged it a little. We went with the Vikings.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just gonna say it. We Nobody's said it this at all this season. Every time I see Miles Garrett,
Yeah.
call the cops, bro. Just call the cops. Like, and there was a picture. It was funny. He was like, first week I wear short sleeves, and now I got a
I
random
saw that.
drug test next day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that dude is bricked up, bro. Like on another level. Like I would legitimately be shook to see that man, bro, anywhere.
Bro, there's no way. There's no way. I don't know. You have to have a great offensive line to go up against him.
Mhm.
You
It's
just have
it's
to.
scary. Literally,
And,
it's scary.
but this is also a game that I said that I wouldn't be surprised if the Browns won.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Keeping him to 7 though,
yeah,
that
I know. I
that
know.
was crazy.
I know. I know. Uh, that's crazy. That is crazy. That is crazy. I mean, do you believe in the Browns this year
Mhm.
though? Do you do you really believe in them?
I do. I do, man. I think the
Yeah.
hype was real coming out. I think they had a real tough schedule early on.
Yeah.
And they still were able to come out of that 2-2, which is really good.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I think their problems start and end, in my opinion, with Baker. And I know
Yeah. Yeah.
everyone loves to say, that he's reliable and everything like that. I feel like for the most part, there's a lot of games where I feel like he just disappears, and it's
Mm-hmm.
strange because it doesn't feel like they're calling bad plays or there's nobody in the right spots.
Mm-hmm.
He's hitting guys and just missing the throws, like just missing the throws. There was some drops too that you could point to. Um, but I feel like it's just weird in today's NFL to see a 14-7 game. Like
Yeah, it
it's just
is.
weird.
It
Yeah.
is. It is. I That's also another team. I know it's not going to happen, but that's also another team. If Cam Newton goes to,
Mhm. I
they're
can
a
see it.
different. That's just a different team.
I could see it. Yeah, I could see it.
Yeah, I believe in
That
them too.
dimension.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I believe in two. That believe in them too. But like you, Baker is the X factor.
Yeah, I'm sure that they'll never do that though. Once
They
again,
won't.
we love
They
we
won't.
love talking about Cam on this show. Let's
Yeah,
get Cam
yeah,
in the league.
yeah.
But I feel like all teams are just having such a hard time pulling the trigger, and I don't get why. I don't know. Maybe same issue with Kaepernick a couple years back, I guess.
Well, Kaepernick was the guy everyone looked at as the like almost like a nuclear type of person or whatever. Like it was. I mean, we all know why, but
I was gonna say,
I
let's
don't
be
see
real.
the yeah, I don't see the same. I don't see the same thing for Cam. I feel like Cam is just hmm,
I think
something
for both of
weird.
them, I think a lot of people focus on the outside stuff, whether it be Cam's COVID stuff or Kaepernick kneeling stuff. I think all of that we could have a separate conversation of that. But I feel like
Mhm.
their style specifically is the reason why a lot of teams don't want to commit to them, in my opinion. I
Oh,
think
you think it's actually a football reason?
yeah, I think it's a football reason for both of them. I think even though theoretically it sounds good to have your rushing scrambling quarterback, I know firsthand, being a big Ravens fan,
Yeah.
it can be very hit or miss, and it can turn into, as soon as you're pressured, now you're searching for answers and you're not looking to throw. Like you're
Hmm.
looking to run all the time. And that
Hmm.
could be a problem. So I feel like a lot of teams, especially with that Patriots season, in my opinion, if there was a place for anyone to thrive, even if you're a dual option quarterback, it'll be with the Patriots. They'll find some scheme to sort of fit you in.
Yeah.
And there was good weeks, but there was also a lot of weeks where you see the decision making and just turnovers. I feel like that's the biggest issue with that style of quarterback. Those
Hmm.
turnovers are easy to point to, and they come faster and harder when you're trying to run the ball with one hand as well.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And finally, our
Don't get me
last
started
rough
on
one.
that.
Yeah, literally, because we could talk about all the other reasons, which are bullshit, in my
Yeah.
opinion. I think get them in the league, both of them. That's how I feel. But
Yeah. Yeah.
next up, our other sad game, we had Saints Giants. What the hell was that? Can we talk
Bro.
about this? How is it that at the end of the night, I'm looking at this red zone chat. I'm looking at this red zone chat, and Daniel Jones has the highest QB yards this week. How the fuck does that happen?
I, I don't know. I don't know what the explanation is. I don't know. I don't because I don't you're down what Slayton and Sterling, Shepard. Like that shouldn't even happen. With
And that
those
was the
guys,
craziest part.
yeah, with those guys there, the Giants shouldn't have won that game.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So with them gone, that should have been a complete wash.
Literally.
They shouldn't even put up. They shouldn't even score it, honestly. But I don't know, man.
And look at the highlights, man. He was balling. Like
Oh, he was.
it
He
wasn't
was. He was.
it wasn't just like it wasn't just weird stuff. He was making plays, and you saw those glimpses, and we talked about this on Wednesday Thursday when they faced the Washington football team.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
you see those flashes. You see where he's making plays, and sometimes his receivers are letting down. Sometimes blockers are letting him down. But
Mhm.
to have a week like that, I don't know, man. I feel like I've always been down on that entire conference. I mean, not conference, that entire division.
Yeah. It's a
But
weird division to live in, man.
literally, but there is weeks where you see, maybe they're on the right track and they know more than everybody else because he did really well this week against a defense that shut down the Packers, which you can't. Although that looks more and more like an apparition every week that passes, you can't
Hmm.
deny that
Yeah.
was a
Yeah.
big
Yeah.
week one.
Yeah.
And I think Jameis looked good in that game too, which is another weird thing. He didn't look bad against the Giants, and they still somehow didn't find a way to to win it.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe it was just a fluke game, but I don't don't know what to say about that. I'm
Mm.
honestly speechless about that game. I'm more speechless about that game than I am the NFC East.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
know what to expect with the NFC East. I don't get that the results of that game.
at all, at
Yeah.
all. But on that note, I think we're on to a big week 5. I just want to say
Yeah.
the picks are getting literally, you don't get closer than this, man. 40-24. We are 4 games under 75% winning. How are we doing this? Can you explain? Because I've literally done, I've done picks and I barely reached 500. Like, how
Yeah,
are we
yeah,
doing
yeah.
this?
Yeah. Hey man, I, I think that just shows that we know what we're talking about.
Yes,
And I'm
sir.
not
You love to hear it.
and I'm not bragging, but I am bragging. We know what the hell we're talking about.
For sure. Yep.
It is what it is.
Yep. Literally. And this week we're gonna have to know what the hell we're talking about
Oh
because there's
yeah.
some big
Yeah.
matchups, and
Yeah.
we're
Yeah.
starting off right with them tomorrow.
Yeah.
I mean, tonight, Thursday night, baby.
Yes, sir.
Rams at Seahawks. I'm excited for this one. I
That's gonna be a
think
good game.
literally,
Yeah.
Seahawks turned into snoozer last week against the Niners. We don't have to talk about that too much, but they won. They did what
They
they had
won.
to do to win. Yeah, they did what they had to do to win.
Yeah.
I called that Cardinals win against the Rams. I felt it in my bones.
Yeah.
Um, I think that game said a lot more about the Cards, but
Hmm.
I'm really looking forward to seeing how their defense bounces back in what you would imagine is a little bit of a more favorable matchup.
Yeah.
Um, where do you start with this one? Like, who do you feel like could be the biggest person that gets the jump that really puts their team up ahead in this one?
Ah, I'm gonna maybe I don't know. Tru- Truth be told,
Felt.
this is this is this is such this could this possibly be like the best game of the week?
Yep. Yep. But it could also be one of the worst games of the week,
It
which is
could,
crazy.
yeah, yeah, it could be, it could be. I don't know. I think Chris Carson is hurt, right?
Yep.
So they're not going to be able to utilize their run game the way they normally would. I'm
Still hasn't been ruled out for this week.
hasn't been ruled out, but yeah,
It's not looking good on
even
a
even if
Thursday.
even if he does play, I doubt he'll be anything close to what he usually is. I'm choosing the Rams to win the game. Like that's without question.
Mhm.
Um, but whoever wins the game, it's more so going to just be on the offense. Which offense makes the less mistake, the least
Mhm.
amount of mistakes. That's literally it. Because I don't know how else you I don't know how else you call this.
Mhm.
I really don't. And they're going to be in Seattle, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Which plays a part. I agree though. I feel
Yeah.
like it's hard, regardless of if they got bottled up a little bit from what they've usually been. They still scored 20, and
Mm-hmm.
they're still looking like heat offensively.
Yeah.
It's hard to play in Seattle. I will admit that, but at the end of the day, I feel like with this Rams offense, you're not going to be able to keep them under 20. Like I
Wow.
don't think anyone is going to be able to keep them under 20.
Cooper Cup is just crazy. I
And
like
it's so weird to me, man. I hope this doesn't sound like stupid or ignorant,
mm,
but especially in years past with Goff, I didn't see this. Like
really?
there's a lot of receivers that you see that you can see like
Yeah.
that could be their reliable number one. Like you
Yeah.
you could see those flashes. You
Yeah.
see the flashes, but also you see the issues back then.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't have
Mm-hmm.
expected them to have a season like this. I mean, granted, that's a big credit to Stafford as well,
Yeah.
but I thought it was going to be big, but I didn't think it was going to be this big. I thought it would be more by committee.
Yeah. I don't know that I saw them relying on him as the number one this year, but I knew because honestly, like for the last couple of years, it's almost been like a toss up between him and Woods. Like you don't really know. It's almost like week to week in terms of who's going to be the guy. Um, but my God, I mean that you can't deny that connection.
literally.
Stafford is like, and I've said this the last 2 weeks. If he was there for the Super Bowl, that they are not losing that Super Bowl. Like
Mhm.
I okay, quick tangent. Let me ask you this: who's your front runner for MVP?
I like this question a lot. I don't want to be the guy caught up in the hype,
Yeah, yeah,
but you mentioned his name when we were going over this week one.
yeah.
I think Kyler Murray is huge in this spot, but I
Yeah.
would also say, like you said, Stafford, Mahomes, if they're able to get it together and get it together big towards the end of the season,
Mm-hmm.
I could see that still. But keep your eye out for Herbert too. I think
Yeah.
it's always gonna be a QB race at the end of the
Yeah,
day.
and that's the one thing that I think we need to well, they need to figure out how to actually like judge it, because it
Mhm.
can't just be a MVP QB award. Like it's got to be like who is the most valuable player on the team, and
Literally.
that's offense or defense. Like Dak is another guy at the thing. I think all the everyone you mentioned plus Dak. Like there's
Mhm.
no other. I think that's to me that's it.
Yeah.
Those are the only guys that I can see that will actually have the potential to get it.
Another
Stafford,
random tangent. I feel like if it was looked at that way, the award, I feel like that the recent Henry season when he had 2,000 yards, that
yeah,
should have easily been his. Like
oh yeah,
I don't care about
yeah,
anybody else's record. That should have
yeah,
easily been his.
yeah,
But anyway,
yeah. Oh, maybe even Tom Brady.
I doubt it. But
Maybe. I mean, you don't know. You don't know. You don't
mhm,
know. I like.
yeah,
I
for
don't. I
sure.
really don't know how we're judging these awards anymore.
Yeah,
So
and you can never count out Brady, especially with
yeah,
everyone drinking the old dude Kool Aid. It's
yeah,
man, everyone talks about this is the craziest shit right here. Everyone talks about how he must be on some sort of supplements. Have you seen that dude's teeth, bro?
bro.
Like, how are you a 10 out of 10, bro? Like in everything, my man has perfect teeth, bro. They have to be veneers or something. Like, bro, I was stunned. I was watching this man on the field, just took the helmet off, and
Yeah,
this
yeah,
dude's teeth is just shining, bro.
yeah,
Just
yeah, yeah,
shining.
yeah,
Anyway, sorry for my man crush Tom Brady rant, but what the fuck is that? Anyway,
yeah. Yeah, man. Again, I like it's not even that I'm picking against Wilson in this, and who is
mhm,
another name for MVP, I think, as well. Any of those guys to me, but I'm not even more so like questioning him. It's just the defense,
yeah.
and I trust Los Angeles's defense a little more than I trust Seattle's right now. So
For sure. I
I'm
think there's
choosing the
definitely
Rams.
some questions. Great way to bring it back, by the way. I think there's
Yeah,
definitely some questions,
yeah.
but I would say after that week, I think that has a lot more to do with Kyler Murray than it has to do with them having issues on offense.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
When you watch the Cards play, because I don't know if you're going to watch their game this week, but really watch on the play action how much of an impact Kyler Murray has on their play action plays. Like
Oh
they
yeah,
Emmons has been getting large holes just because there's 2, 3 spies on Murray watching him, and
yeah,
he's going in the complete opposite direction.
yeah,
And
yeah.
and you literally see it, like he hands the ball off, everyone's following Kyler, and then he literally will point, like he'll point,
Mm-hmm.
he'll show them that they messed up.
Yeah,
Really fun to watch. But
yeah.
I agree with you, man. I think this game is a lot more of a. I don't think it's the toss up at all. Like I think the Rams should be able to play this one out, but I would say if they're going to have any issues, it's going to be 12 man related. It's going to be
Mm-hmm,
the crowd's going
mm-hmm,
crazy,
mm-hmm.
and it causes issues. It causes,
Yeah,
especially on offense.
yeah,
But I don't, especially from what we've seen so far against the competition too. I don't think that happens to them. I think I'm going with them, the Rams as well this week.
yeah, yeah.
All
I'm
right,
excited to watch this game, man.
for sure. This isn't my week, my game of the week, but there's some big ones this week, so you can't hate on it at all.
Yeah.
Jets Falcons. What a way to jump right back into it. Um, I'm going with
Battle of
the
the losers. So
literally. I'm going with the Falcons because they actually look pretty good against Washington. Um, Obviously the Jets just beat the Titans.
yeah,
I don't know what that means. I don't.
I
It
I don't
shouldn't
think
mean.
they know what that means.
Yeah, yeah, 100%. I think the Titans are so weird, man. They're so
Yeah.
weird. I feel like even what was it, 2 seasons ago when why am I blanking on his name? I am the worst. Their quarterback. I'm the
Oh,
worst.
Tannehill.
Yes,
Yeah,
when
yeah.
Tannehill first sort of showed up on the scene,
Hmm.
I thought that that was a revelation. Like I thought there was no way that he could keep up that level of production, and to a certain
Yeah.
extent, he has. But this season, I think you're starting to see some of that old Ryan shenanigans. I'm interested to see with this team, especially with all the injuries, whether or not they're able to successfully get the run going, especially later on in games.
Yeah.
I didn't like the way at all. They closed out that game against the Jets.
Hmm.
But I will say now that, especially, it's funny because games like this really make you look at other games differently. And if you
Hmm.
look back against the Patriots, that was a lot closer game than people remember it as.
Hmm.
So who knows? Maybe defensively is where that team is feisty, but at the end of the day, just a weird performance by the Titans. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Jets are not a team that I am ever gonna put myself on the line for. So I'm definitely
Mm-mm.
going with the Falcons here.
Yeah, I'm going Falcons. Like I don't trust the Jets at all. That's just it. I don't. I would rather bet on the Falcons.
And
I feel better losing my money betting on the Falcons than losing my money betting on the Jets.
100%, everyone loves, and this is going to be my another one of my stupid tangents, but everyone loves individuality. I'm not one to knock on individuality, but
Hmm.
Zach Wilson, get that fucking headband off your head, dude. What are you doing? Like, what are you doing, bro? Like, he got the whole iron fist shit going on. Like,
Yeah, yeah,
just stop,
yeah,
bro.
yeah.
Just you look like Cub Fu. Like, just stop. It's so weird. Like, I don't understand how you could take off a helmet and have a headband on. Like, how does that remain intact? I,
Yep.
I don't understand.
I would think that the headband will come off into the helmet.
Literally.
Yeah.
And it's not even it's not an NBA headband. It's a
Yeah.
sash, bro. This man
Yeah.
is walking
Yeah.
around with a karate sash on his forehead. Crazy. And I don't get it. But anyway,
Uh,
maybe I'm just out of touch. Maybe this is the point. And I know every young football fan or every young fan of any sport gets the point where you see these kids coming up, they're
yeah.
younger than you.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm just losing touch on the style game. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's what it is. You're never going to see me on this show with the goddamn headband on. I promise you that. Next up,
Yeah, but
we got Patriots versus Texans in Houston. What do we make of the Patriots? Because I like I like the way they looked against the Bucks.
yeah, I mean, no, they look good against the Bucks, but like I'm finding it somewhat odd to like think about the Texans too.
Mhm.
Like obviously I'm taking the Patriots in this game. There's no question of
For
that.
sure.
But like I don't know that it actually would actually shock me this week for some reason. I don't know that I would actually be shocked if they won this game.
Mhm.
So the Patriots are winning this game. I'm going to go on record as saying that,
Mhm.
but I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. This is they're in Houston this week, so I'm pretty sure the Texans are gonna they're gonna have some nice plays, but
Honestly, I don't know if you've gotten a chance to see any of these highlights. I think they are begging for Tyrod to come back. I think Mills is nowhere near
yeah,
NFL ready right now. He
yeah,
may be in the future,
yeah,
but just the decision making and also the speed at which he gets rid of the ball has
hmm,
looked very bad, in my opinion.
yeah,
I agree. I think this one should be a beat up game. I think this is where you always see these games from Belichick. I'm not gonna lie, where
yeah,
they get up big
hmm,
and they got their swag, and then from that point on you sort of see they're feeling themselves and they're doing the
hmm,
right thing. I think they really wanted that win against Tom Brady, and they
Oh
showed
yeah,
up. Like they really
yeah,
tried. They did everything they could, and they
yeah,
they could have done it had they had not missed that field goal. But
yeah,
a 54-yarder, it's hard to put your team in that position and expect them to make that kick, whether or not. And this is coming from a Ravens fan, but
yeah.
I I don't know, man. I think ultimately I came in the season very high on the Patriots. I thought that they were going to be a lot more effective than they have been.
Hmm.
And the pieces are there, but Texans have overperformed. I will admit that.
They have. That's
Especially
why I wouldn't be
especially their free
shocked.
agent. Sorry about that. Their free agent additions literally have been balling,
Yeah,
which you love to see. Shout out to my boy Ingram. But
yeah, yeah,
I would say, yeah, I got the Patriots in this one too.
yeah. I just won't be shocked if there's an upset. I
Mhm,
just put it like that.
for sure. Especially if it's a low scoring game, I could see that for
If it's
sure.
a low scoring game, their probability goes up.
Mhm,
Yeah,
100%.
yeah.
Lions Vikings in Minnesota. We love bashing the Lions in here.
I, I'm choosing the Vikings. This is not a hard one.
Mhm.
It's not hard. Yeah, that's just it. It's just the Lions.
Yep,
There's nothing else to say about it. It's just the Lions.
I agree, 100%. I just want to say, if you have them, start Jefferson and Thielen, please.
Oh
Because I think
man,
they're gonna go off this game. The fact that they made Mooney look like the goat last week,
yeah,
they're
yeah.
they're gonna they're gonna show up big this game
Oh look, anytime you're facing the Lions, fantasy wise, you should be good.
for sure, literally for sure. Um, this next one we got a lot to talk about, man. We
Yeah,
got a lot to talk about.
yeah.
Eagles at Panthers. I just want to say this, and I know this doesn't even involve the teams that are playing here.
Hmm.
Trevon Diggs is
Yeah,
balling, brother. He
he
is
is.
balling.
He
What is
is.
it? 4 picks in 3 weeks.
For
That's insane.
he might have 5 picks. He might have
That's
five picks
crazy.
in 4 weeks.
Because I know he had the big 2 pick game.
Yeah, yeah.
It's nuts. And the fact that you see all these pieces, they
Hmm.
they just released I'm the worst. I'm sorry, but they just released one of their linebackers.
Jalen Smith.
Yes,
Yeah, he just
and
he just signed with Green Bay.
yep, and their reasoning, from what I understand, is entirely football reasons that they
Hmm.
have second and third stringers that they think should be getting more time over him, which is just wild to think about that for that team. I know we're jumping ahead and talking about the Cowboys here, but I think that game
Yeah, this
said a
feels
lot more.
disrespectful.
Yeah, it feels disrespectful that we just jumped over. Literally, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but I had to say it because I was high on the Panthers last week. I was
Yeah,
drinking the Kool-Aid. I was
yeah,
like, this is gonna be big, and then they got shitted on, man. So anyway, let's get to the topic at hand. Eagles, Panthers. Do you feel that there's some chinks in this team's armor that the Eagles could exploit this week?
I think this is yeah. I'll put it like this. This is a game that the Eagles better win.
Mm-hmm.
They
I
better win
agree.
this game. There's no other way to look at it. Here's the thing: they could have won against San Francisco and Dallas, and possibly even the Chiefs
I was gonna say a couple plays
if
go differently.
if they just ran the ball.
What is going on?
Bro, I saw a video of a cow running in Philadelphia today. I'm telling you, this cow ran more yards than Miles Sanders has all season. this
You're
that
goaded, bro.
bro. I mean, in the city of Philadelphia, it was a
Insane.
cow. It was a cow that was loose, just running, and no one could stop him.
Sirianni, let this
Sirianni,
man
bro,
loose.
I'm telling you right now, this man is starting to make me actually wish Doug Peterson came back. And that is horrible for me to say. That is horrible for me to say because honestly, outside of every other aspect of the running game, Sirianni has actually been very good. He's been really good. But I don't know what the hell is going on with him as to why he is every week. We need to do better. We need to clean up mistakes. We need to stop these penalties. We need to stop shooting ourselves in the foot. Hello? What the hell? Wake the hell up. Like, it doesn't even make sense. You have Miles Sanders, who is a like a powerful running back. It's and it doesn't show it doesn't show because of Doug Peterson and Nick Sirianni, but like he is one of the top running backs in the division. And honestly, if he's really let loose, one of the best backs in the league, but you won't utilize him.
I'm so
And you're
confused,
trying to
dude.
rely on him to catch the ball. He's not the best catcher.
And
Stop.
especially in those situations, no disrespect with the rookie, oh, not rookie, you call it what you want to call it, sophomore quarterback.
Yeah.
When you're put in positions where you're not throwing the ball like Brady and you're not throwing your guys open,
Bro.
you're gonna expect Sanders, with all due respect, you're gonna expect him to fumble the ball, and that's the
Yes.
position that they've been putting him in.
Yes. Legit. And honestly, if you just let Sanders run the ball, just like average. Now, I'm not even saying like this guy's got to run like 1,000 yards. I'm not saying like 1,000 yards in the season. I'm not saying he's got to run for like over 250 in a game. Just let him run average, like an average running back. Cordell Patterson is running more than Miles Sanders is. What the hell is even that?
shout out to Cordell Patterson, balling
and
for
no
the Atlanta
disrespect,
Falcons.
like no disrespect, but he's not the same player as Sanders.
100%.
So what the hell is going on that you are allowing yourself to lose games? That's potentially 3 games. We could be potentially 4-0, 3-1 going into week 5.
Nuts.
Like this team is actually talented. Like the record doesn't reflect it, but this team is talented even with injuries.
Literally.
Even being injured, this is a very capable team. Sirianni is just not like, I don't know if this dude just like, I don't know what the hell is going. I don't know. I can't even think of like what to actually say about him because he's frustrated me this much. And to be completely honest, this is week 4. We're going to week 5.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I should not be feeling like this. Eagles fans should not be feeling like this.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, we should honestly be the best team in the division. Like, no disrespect to Dak, but we should be and I know Dak's doing his thing, Michael Parsons doing his thing, and Ezekiel Elliott has just for the last 2 weeks decided to just maybe come back into play football. But like, this should be the better team all around. All around. You're handing the division to the Dallas Cowboys. Like, I hope Sirianni knows what he's like he actually understands that. Has the nerve to wear a beat Dallas shirt. And then you're gonna go in and play a game like that where you run Miles Sanders, I think, 3 times?
Insane.
What the hell is that?
Insane.
And the defense is getting beat up, which is honestly, this is one of the best defenses personnel wise that we've had in a long time. But
especially
they don't look like it because they are always on the field.
I think there's a big new age era issue with a lot of these teams, and I love that you're pointing it out. I'm trying to ease the stress here. I feel like
trust me, don't.
I feel like there's a new age coach issue where with guys that are gonna be airing out the ball or also do dual threats, where they're sort of looking at it as a college spread offense.
Yes.
Like let's get them running and gunning as much as we can. And while it works, when it's working, it looks great. But like you said, there's a lot of issues when you're foregoing the proper way to play football.
Bro,
there's a lot of issues that you bring upon yourself.
The run game opens everything else up. Mm-hmm. Like, you can't utilize your tight ends the right way because guess what? You're constantly throwing to one of them or to a receiver. It's predictable. It's predictable. And no one's going to actually fall for RPO. Like, who's gonna?
We're gonna keep trying it though.
Who the hell's gonna fall for that? Who will fall for that? Like, if you actually fall for that, you're dumb. Mm-hmm. You're dumb.
So and you weren't studying. Like, that's what it comes down to. You weren't watching the team in preparation.
Bro, I'm telling you right now. Like, Sirianni has 2 more games. He legit has 2 games.
The panic button.
Not panic button. I want him out. And
Mm.
two, if I don't, if because I'm tired. I'm tired of hearing every week we've got to run the game, run the ball. We got to stop causing these self-inflicted wounds. We've got to and he's getting mad at the team. I like the guy. There are guys that are responsible for their plays, especially on defense, like Steven Nelson. I don't know where he's been. Ryan Kerrigan hasn't even had a tackle, let alone a sack. Like, so I don't like. It's almost like guys just kind of like forget how to play football when they come into Philadelphia. Stop blaming these guys. Call the game the right way, because the game that I saw against the Falcons week 1, that's like the way they played so balanced. They played the running game as much as they should have, and the passing game as much as they should have, and it helped Hurts to actually play the game the right way. It's simple. It's like 1+1 = 2. It's not hard to figure out. Run the damn ball. That's it.
And I think the biggest thing for me is you have the blueprint out there with teams like the Ravens.
Yes.
They're showing you that with the dual threat, you can still do that. Like you can still run the ball with your backs.
Jalen Hurts is not your running back.
Exactly.
He's not your running back. He's the quarterback. He's a quarterback that can run, but he is not solely supposed to run the ball.
And let's just say it, he is balling, dude. And I think that's a part of the problem for him as a coach.
Yes.
You know, you wanna let the leash go,
bro.
But there has to be some balance.
And then think about this too. Kenneth Gainwell has been playing spectacular as a rookie. He is obviously the number 2 running back.
And he's not a running back either.
And
let's call it what it
is. Like Jesus Christ. If this is what you're gonna do, mail the whole season in. Like, I don't want to see this. I would rather go out like the Falcons right now than the way we're going out right now. And this is a long season. They can still turn this around. It's the NFC East. They can still win the division.
For sure.
I don't want to see this. If this is what we're going to see, I would rather just tank. Just give me a tank season. I will go pay attention to my Celtics. The season we've already started the preseason. I will just solely focus on the Celtics and leave the Eagles alone this year. If this is what we're going to do, I don't want to see this. And I feel so bad for Darius Slay, because this dude came over here knowing he was going to win. And I'm sorry I'm taking up so much time talking about this, but I
love it.
Like, what the hell? What the hell? What is going on? And here's the thing. They should win this game. They should beat the Panthers. But Nick Sirianni is going to find some way to run Miles Sanders 5 times. I traded for Miles Sanders in one of my leagues. And this is part of my frustration, but it's not my whole frustration with it, because it's not about fantasy for me. But Jesus Christ, I got 7 points from Miles Sanders this week. 7 points. What the hell, bro?
And this is an issue we've talked about every week. It's not about just call the damn play. Like, what is the reason? Like that meme, what is the reason? Like, bro. Why? Well, why do you not have trust in one of the, like you said, one of the best backs, in my opinion, in the league as well?
If Miles Sanders if Miles Sanders goes to the Ravens, watch what happens.
100%.
Like, you see what I'm saying?
Like I can see, even if he goes to a team like the Chargers, where that he's dogging like Eckler is, it doesn't make sense. But the thing that I don't get too, how okay, you're riding high off of this last game, regardless of if it being a loss, because of who you faced and how the game played out. You can admit
which they really should. It's a moral victory, and I hate moral victories.
100%.
I hate them, but I get it. Yes, yeah, I agree.
You're riding high now. How do you? How in the world do you go in to enemy territory and win the game against this kind of defense without running the ball?
I don't know.
It doesn't make sense.
I don't know. Bro, I'm telling you right now, if they don't run Miles Sanders, if they don't utilize the running game the right way, least. 10 minimum.
At least, yeah.
If you don't utilize this dude, I will campaign for Sanders to get the hell out of Philly because this is what year 3.
Mm-hmm. There's no reason, and I did it myself. There's no reason why, and I feel like this is a personnel thing. There's no reason why when we were talking about the AFC least, love you, but I have to. When we were talking about them and ranking the backs, why I had him so low. It's not because of his talent. It just doesn't make sense. It
I
doesn't make
ranked
sense.
it based on talent though. That's why I said Miles Sanders is 1 or 2.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, in terms of utilization, output,
It's almost like they want
he's 4.
receivers. Like I don't get it,
bro. Like, oh my god, they have Jordan Howard on the practice squad right now, bro. Jordan Howard.
Make it make sense now.
Like, I'm choosing the Eagles this week, but I swear on everything, if they make me regret this, if I'm wrong about this game, if I'm wrong about next week, I'm telling you right now, they have a 2-game grace period with me. That's it. That is it. I'm not going through this. And this is the same thing I tell my friends that are Cowboys fans, that are Knicks fans,
the worst,
that are Falcons fans. Break up with the team. Like this is an abusive relationship. Do it. Watch. I swear to God, watch. I will be on sabbatical with this team. If this is the same thing if they continue doing this, because this is 3 years in a row I've seen this, bro. This like it legit makes no sense. Run the ball. Just run the ball. It's not that hard. I love the Eagles. This is gonna be my only team. I will never leave the Eagles. But you keep doing this. I promise to God, that helmet is not going to spin again. I'm closing the box up with the Super Bowl ring. Like, I'm done for the season. I'm done. Like, that's it.
Now, let me ask you a serious question.
Yeah.
If Sirianni finds a way to do this correctly, and Sanders gets, let's be generous, 12 carries, how many of those carries are going to be pitch outs?
Oh my God, bro.
Because I can see it, bro. I can see
6 to 7. At least 6 to 7. And that's what I don't understand. That's what I don't get. Because I would even be okay with them calling up Jordan Howard from the practice squad. At this point, I would be okay with that. You utilize Sanders, Gainwell, and Howard. I will be fine with that. Just run the damn ball. That's it.
Now, let's be sober here. Do you feel like it's a trust issue with the line or a trust issue with Sanders?
No, it has and believe me, this is me saying this with Brandon Brooks being down right now, and Jordan Mailata might not even be he might play this week. I don't know, and I don't know where the hell Lane Johnson, like what's going on with Lane Johnson. Like he was gone last week for some personal issue, and they say he just came back today.
Super beat up.
And so I don't know what's going on. So the line doesn't look like what the line is supposed to look like. I'm not even blaming the offensive line. And you should have heard me last year. That was my biggest gripe the entire season, the offensive line. This has nothing to do with the offensive line. This has nothing to do with Miles Sanders. This is coaching. It's simple. Bro, you can put me back there. You can put me back there. And with enough touches, I will at least be able to help Jalen Hurts out.
I believe it.
Because guess what? That's what you do with the run game.
Exactly. Put players in position to succeed now. God damn it.
Bro, I've gone on a long enough rant. I'm sorry.
Dude, I'm just going to say this has been the best 20 minutes in the last five weeks. Like literally, this has been the best.
I'm tired, bro. Like, I'm tired. I can't do this again. Not another year. I don't know how the hell Cowboys fans and Knicks fans haven't been able to do this. I cannot do this. I cannot. I don't know how y'all do this. I really don't. Like, I can at least see the Falcons because they actually went to the Super Bowl. I don't know how you're able to do this.
And I think the big part about it is the anticipation and understanding what you have as a fan. Like you come into the season sober. You come into the season knowing what you have as far as talent.
Bro,
and you just get let down.
I told you at the beginning of the season, I actually saw the Eagles as a dark horse in the Super Bowl. like those words actually came out of my mouth.
I know.
My prediction was the
And
Rams.
I did get at you for that. I will
Yeah,
admit.
yeah. But I mean, my prediction was Rams Bills, I believe, for
Mm-hmm.
the Super Bowl.
Yep.
But I said I wouldn't be surprised if the Eagles went in instead of the Rams. You know how stupid I look right now. You know how stupid Sirianni is making me look, and that's
And
just
I'll admit,
personnel. That's based off
you
personnel.
the best part and the brightest part is you guys have a lot of easy weeks coming up.
Yeah, but I don't even
But
care.
this isn't one of them.
This is
This
not.
isn't one of them, and that's the
No.
problem.
Yeah, but guess what? The last three weren't that easy either, and they were right there. All you had to do was run the ball. Like I know Jalen Hurts he has his issues in terms of accuracy downfield, for different plays or whatever. He's not Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
I'm not claiming that. But dear God, he would be significant. And he's had a good year. Like this is not.
Very productive.
It's not like he's like a scrub out there. He's had a good year in spite of the ineptitude. He's had a good year. But he would have an even better year if he just ran the ball. Like legit, just run the ball.
12, you know what I don't
plays.
get about this either? I know that he's getting a lot of the targets, like a huge amount of it. But with this problem, you would imagine that Devontae Smith will be getting even more targets than he's getting per game, and he's not. So what is going? What's going on?
I sometimes forget he's out on the field.
Mm-hmm. And with a player his caliber, there's no reason why you should feel that. Even if it's just drawing screens on runs, like you're saying, just put him out there on the run, and they have to address him.
Bro,
this horse is dead, and we already beated it. You're going with the Eagles. I'm
going to be very honest with you.
Yeah, I'm going to be very honest with you. I hate to do it to you.
I don't even care.
I'm high on the Panthers. I think that this is the only way I see you guys win this game, and you don't even have to run the ball. If you guys are able to stop the Sam Darnold is for some reason the leading rusher in touchdowns among RBs. He has the most touchdowns, including RBs and QBs rushing, which makes no sense to me. Somehow they are able to stop that and keep him out of scrambling, because he's not you. Let's be real. You want him to scramble.
Yes.
You want him to scramble.
Please.
But if they're able to stop that production from the run, I think there's no way. I agree. I think there's no way, play for play, Sam Darnold is going to be able to take this team to a victory in this game.
Not at all. McCaffrey's not playing.
And I'm still picking him. And the reason why is because
look, I completely understand why. I totally get it. You don't even have to break it down. I'm living it. Trust me, I get it. I don't know why the hell I'm choosing them.
We can leave it at that.
Yeah,
we'll leave it at that.
I'm done.
I'm going Panthers. He's got Eagles. I can't wait to get back to this next week, because I need this juice, bro. I need to come with this heat too. Like this is great. Like this is the most fun I've had all year. Anyway, Saints versus Washington football team. I'm gonna keep this one short.
Yeah,
I really liked the. Let me be clear about this. I really like Taylor Heineke, and the reason why I like Taylor Heineke is not because he, like you said, he's not an Aaron Rodgers type. He finds ways to make plays to win, regardless of if it's throwing or running. I think that there's a lot of ways that this team shoots themselves in the foot, though.
Yep.
And the strangest part is the secondary. I really discounted how much the losses this season on the secondary is going to do to this team.
Yeah.
They still have one of the best front sevens, and they haven't been able to show their mettle because of their secondary. Just such a strange situation, but with everything I've seen out of the Saints too, it's really hard for me to trust them. Every time I think about the Saints, all I think about is Jameis being the top 10 QB. And you saying that, I cannot imagine that production. After
it looked like it was possible. It looked like it was possible. Like
I agree. I was on the LASIK Jameis Kool-Aid week 1 too, but literally after these last couple of weeks, everyone's been sobered up. You kind of see the level of this team. I think Washington really needs this game as well. I think that's the biggest part of that plays a factor here. I think that them being at home really gives them the boost that they need. And I think that they slightly edge this. It could be another field goal type game.
Oh, yeah. I agree. I'm going Washington as well.
Nice.
Yeah.
You love to see it. Next up, Titans Jags. Another brief one. I think the Jaguars looked much improved, especially defensively last week.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and offensively too, man. I think you're really starting to see the Trevor Lawrence everyone's been talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone wants to talk about this. I'm gonna keep this short. You know where I'm going with this. The
I
best
don't know.
part, the best part about this Urban Meyer debacle
Oh, I
is
didn't see the
is not.
video.
Oh, you need to see the video, man. It's great. So let me set the scene here.
Okay.
We're in we're in Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
My man's has on the Buckeye shirt.
Okay. Okay.
He's sitting on the bar stool. He's
Uh-huh.
not standing.
Uh-huh.
And this chick is just throwing it back on his lap, throwing it back. Respect, dude. Like you're an old dude. Like respect. But you have a wife and you
Yeah.
preach you preach all these things to your team. The
Yeah.
fact that this has become such a blown out thing, and my favorite thing about all this is the quote under the video
Wait.
that I saw. It was like Urban Meyer trying to explain to his wife what happened in this video. Babe, I swear I was just out on the night with Trevor Lawrence. I was just out on the night with Lawrence. It was a
Hold
blonde
on.
girl too, so it just fit. It was hilarious.
Hold on. Hold on. Hold on.
There's no reason.
This is why he's apologizing.
Yes, because he had Shorty throwing ass on him while he was in a bar. And the weirdest shit about the video is it looked like he didn't particularly care. Like it looked like he didn't want it.
He was just sitting there.
He didn't want to say no either. Literally, he's just sitting there and she's making it happen. And then it comes out later, like she posted a photo and she's like, who is this guy? You know, he's been flirting with me all night. And it's
Oh.
Urban Meyer. So that is hilarious to me. I mean, you're an old fuck and you're out there making it happen, bro. Like I respect it, but at the same time, I think in 2021, this is with all due respect, I feel like
Oh.
I honestly feel like this is going to be a hot take. There should be no reason why anybody, I don't care if you're a coach or anybody, should have to apologize for shit like this. If there's
Well,
anyone he has to apologize to, it's his wife. And
yeah.
you need to figure
Yeah.
that out.
Yeah.
But do that in private. Why has this become a matter of news between the team? It's just
So
because they're losing. If they were winning and he was getting cheeks thrown on him,
uh-huh.
I don't think anyone has a problem with that. Let's be real. Like,
Well, let me say like this. Is it possible? I mean, I know they're in Florida, so it maybe not. But is it possible that he's apologizing due to, the COVID situation? Because you're
that's
putting yourself
a good
into an
shout.
element where you could actually get COVID.
Mhm.
And then now your team suffers. I mean, well, it's a Jaguars, so I mean they suffer every year, but your team suffers. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
and maybe not even just that. Maybe because he passes it along to Trevor
Somebody.
Lawrence.
And who knows? And who knows where that goes from there?
Yeah.
For me, I would believe that much more if that was the tone taken. I think
Mm-hmm.
it hasn't been at all. It's almost
They
been
haven't mentioned that at all.
literally it's
Wow.
entirely based
Wow.
upon just sort of I'm sorry for putting the organization in this spot, and to me that's just bullshit. Like there trust me, do you think anyone had a problem with Joe Namath getting ass thrown at him in a club, bro? Like, you know how much ass, my brother? Like, I'm gonna say that. Like, I feel like this controversy is a non-starter for me. Like, this should not have been an issue, in my opinion. In personal life, you're a piece of shit. You got some things to figure out. But at the end
Yeah.
of the day,
Yeah.
I don't know how this plays into the team. I'm honestly surprised because I feel like this is something that you'll see athletes dealing with, not
Mhm.
coaches. I think the biggest I'd point to, I guess, is just you guys are in this spot and you're celebrating a loss by having this shorty throw it back on you.
Maybe that's also it too.
I guess that's where it comes from. But at the end of the
Yeah.
day, I feel like this shouldn't have been blown out. If it was going to be blown out this way and it was about COVID, I would respect it. But it hasn't been. Watch that video though; it's hilarious. And the fact that the
Oh
homie was like,
man.
"No, I was just with Trevor Lawrence." It's hilarious because it's a side profile, so you don't see her face at all. Like you just see the blonde hair.
Oh, you just see blonde hair thrown back. Damn.
It's great. It's great. You got to check it out. Anyway, I'm going the Titans here. I think they had a
Yeah.
terrible game, and we talked about them earlier. Um, Definitely a bounce back game. I won't be surprised if the Jags are real feisty in this one like they were last week, and it's a
Mm-hmm.
3-point game or something like that. But
Mm-hmm.
I still think you see the moments where you are reminded that this team is tanking and
Yeah.
they're not trying to win. So I'm going
Yeah.
with the Titans here,
Yeah. Titans all day.
dude. We keep it real. We're factual when it comes to these stats, players, everything like that. But this drama has really added a different dimension to the show. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
we need this, bro. Like the donkey of the week this week has to go to Urban Meyer. Like, bro, bro. Anyway,
Oh
next up,
man.
next up, we've got Dolphins Bucks. I think this one's pretty straightforward.
Bro, yeah. We don't even need to say it.
Yeah, Brady's teeth wins this one.
Yeah. He can legit put all of his teeth out on that field, and they will all like it will score. His teeth will score over the Dolphins. Like there's nothing else.
I hate praising him, but it's just at this point it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Next up, Packers Bengals. This can be a sneaky fun game. I love these sneaky fun games.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep it real. I love seeing the Packers against teams that are feisty on defense
Mm-hmm.
because it can go one of two ways.
Mm-hmm.
They can either show up blank, or you can have incredibly fun offensive games. And I think that's what this one's going to be. I think it's going to be a high scoring, high flying sort of game. Just keep an eye out. I know I picked Mac Jones as my rookie of the year, man. Jamar Chase is balling,
Bro,
balling.
he
And
is
everyone was talking
shutting
shit.
people up.
Everyone was talking about him because he made that comment of without the white line on the ball, that he was having issues seeing it, making the transition to the NFL. Everyone was like, that's a red flag, count him out.
Yeah.
But he had multiple 100-yard games, and he really is the focal point of their offense, beyond Mixon. Like you see they're going to him, and he's playing big for them. So I'm really interested to see how this one goes. I think the Packers, this is gonna, believe it or not, I think the Packers running game has had a lot of issues.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, there's a big bright spot, but the great game that Aaron Jones had was a lot of touchdown passes, not touchdown runs. So I think opening the field in that way could definitely do them some good. I think ultimately this is going to be a good one. I want to go with the Bengals so bad, but I think I'm going to have to pick the Packers in this one.
I'm picking the Packers. I'm like, it's not even.
I've been the Bengals advocate this year. I will admit that. I will admit that.
Yeah. I mean, I just can't bet against I was gonna say Brady. I can't bet against Rodgers against Cincinnati. Yeah.
It makes
even
sense.
though I agree, this is a game that could potentially win, but I'm gonna do the safe bet.
All right. Now I'm gonna start this. I'm not even gonna tell you the matchup. I'm just gonna start with a question.
Mm-hmm.
How is Roethlisberger still a starting QB?
I have no clue. I honestly I don't know. It's
Killer comes from.
It slick feels racist, bro.
Yo, I just want to say his whole career has slick felt racist, bro.
Nobody
would have got away with the shit that he got away with. Just saying.
For sure. But I don't know. I don't see how he's still starting. I really don't. And when you have capable quarterbacks that are available right now, Ben is not better than them.
Dude, they need to invest in Haskins. I think Dwayne Haskins has a chance to be good.
Haskins, like, if Haskins is the quarterback, he's gonna have stupid moments, but I could trust him more than Ben right now. But come on, Cam is right there.
Literally,
it just makes sense. I don't know.
And it's not even, in my opinion, it is nowhere near a lateral move. Like, there's no way they could look at it. There's no way they could look at it and say, well, he might bring production, but he's not the same. The fan base isn't going to like him. I think it charges them. I think if they sign him, a lot of fans are going to be getting right behind him. I don't think it's going to be an issue at all in that way.
It's still I just feel
season. Like, do you think that this is I was going to say nepotism. Do you think it's entirely just the years of success and basing it on that? Because I feel like the Ravens had that same
Yeah.
problem with Flacco for a long time as well.
Yeah. People tend to live in the past and not and they're not realistic about where they are in the moment. And for some reason, like teams that are like loyal to the guys that have won Super Bowls, they can't get past the glory days. That I think that's also why we were kind of shocked about Manning leaving Indianapolis,
Mm-hmm.
because like that didn't seem like that was like that didn't seem like it was going to happen. Kind of made sense, but I mean at the same time it didn't. I didn't who's really thinking about that happening, but you know they moved on, and like you should move on from Ben, but I have a feeling like at like the same point next year, we're gonna have the same conversation.
Yep. And
So
to
it doesn't
me,
even matter.
it's not even a debate. Like
No.
you see it all the time. He's trying to scramble and he cannot. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
he cannot. And I think and I really want to point to this line because there's no reason why you should be the worst in the league in rushing with a back like Najee Harris.
Yeah.
There's no reason.
Yeah.
It has to be line issues coupled with his productivity, and God bless him. You know what I'm saying? He's doing everything he can to try to right the ship. It's just so funny watching him. Like if you want to be sad, bro, watch him talk about what he's gonna do next week and trying to fix this every week because he's like I said, God bless him. He's doing everything he can. Like he frankly believes that
Yeah.
it's something that he could fix,
Yeah.
but it is just it's beyond that point now. Like you see, I've seen overthrows, I've seen underthrows,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
he
Mm-hmm.
has a good receiving core, man. Like
Yeah,
people forget
you
on
can't
that
even blame it on
too.
personnel. You can't even
Yeah,
blame it on
literally,
personnel. Like
literally. His wide receiver 3 can be a wide receiver 1 or 2 on other teams. So it doesn't make any sense
yeah.
at all.
Yeah.
I'm going with the Broncos here, and not just because of all these things. I just really like the way they've looked.
Mm-hmm.
But is why am I doing this again? Is
Bridgewater.
Teddy Bridgewater going to be out this week? I think he is.
I think he is. I think
Mhm.
and what Drew Lock will be playing, right?
Yeah, so that actually, I kind of want to pick the
That
Steelers now.
yeah, that's if Drew Lock is playing, I'm choosing the Steelers, and that's
Okay,
with TJ Watt. Like,
back. Yeah,
is he back?
he's back, but he's still feeling it, but
He's
he's
still
back.
feeling it. So
Mhm.
yeah. Oh yeah. I mean TJ Watt at 75-80% over with guarding Drew Lock. Yeah, I'm taking Watt every single time.
For sure.
So yeah, I'll go Steelers on that one.
So
If
next up, I
if
think
Bridgewater's not playing,
yeah,
I
I
want to put
think
that
that's
bit.
the big caveat for
Yeah,
both of us.
yeah.
I'm going with the Steelers too. That pick doesn't change whether or not he plays. I
It
will
doesn't
admit,
change. It doesn't change.
but which scares me
But
because of
yeah.
all the reasons we talked about. But we'll take it.
But
We'll take the
yeah,
fly. All right, this next one, I will say, I don't think there's going to be any division with how we pick it, but I think there's a lot of interesting things to talk about. So I want to start by saying, did you get a chance to watch the Chargers Raiders game?
I watched part of it, but
Okay.
I had work to do, so I couldn't
First
watch.
half, second half?
Oh, I think it was like parts of the second quarter.
Okay.
I didn't get to watch the whole game though.
I got you.
Yeah.
I think that the strangest part about this team is they are abysmal in the first half.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand how they're consistently terrible and then they come out always in the third on fire. Like it
Mm-hmm.
is really weird. Like
Yeah.
it feels like a very Derek Carr thing. Like the
It
fact
almost
that
feels like it's a part of a game plan.
exactly. Like they were down
Yeah.
21-0 and brought it back to 14-21
Yeah.
almost instantly in the third. And that
Yeah.
makes no sense to me. Like it's such a Derek Carr thing. Like
Yeah.
I swear that guy is so weird. And it's this is coming from a guy with a receding hairline, bro. I wear these hats for a reason, you know what I'm saying? But literally, this man is on the field looking like a Jetsons character. Like half his hair is gone, and then the other half is full. Like I don't know what the fuck is going on. And he's
Yeah.
a young guy. Like he's not
Yeah.
an older guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
It
Yeah.
just it bugs me out, man. I feel like I feel like 10 out of 10 times, brother. Like I will never be able to pick a Derek Carr situation and it go the way I think it's going to go. Because all the time he's inconsistent in the
Yeah.
best and worst ways.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think he could choose either. I don't think he can make that pick either. Like I don't know. I really don't know. Like, okay, Jacobs is back. How did he look?
He looked injured, but he was productive. So you see that,
Because Barber is down with
which hurts them a lot.
yeah, toe turf. Um, they said it's mild, but uh, what?
Turf toe, but
Turf toe. My bad.
it was
Yeah,
just
yeah, yeah. My bad.
hilarious. Yeah, it's just hilarious.
Yeah. I always. Look. Robert Williams, center for my Celtics. He had the same thing last year, and I kept saying the same thing. I don't know why. I don't know why. It is what it is. Yeah. But yeah, they're saying it's mild, but I don't know that is what mild, but they say like maybe like 3 or 4 weeks and he'll be out. So I mean, Jacobs, like, they're gonna need him to come back, like, and beat Jacobs
for sure,
pretty much.
Especially in this game.
I
think I'm just gonna pick the Raiders just because the Bears have all those issues, including Montgomery being out this week. I just think that you can see a scenario where Khalil Mack is balling against his former team, just balling, and they come out in the second half down 14-0 and still find a way to win. Like that team is just ridiculous. Like I'm honestly, this is gonna sound like a hot take, but how is it that you led the league in passing going into week 4 and literally all 3 of your first halves have been duds, like 0 points? Like,
I don't know.
How does that happen? That's insane to me.
Yeah.
But either way,
I said, it feels like it's part of the game plan at this point.
Literally, especially defensively. Because I feel like defensively, they have the juice throughout.
Yeah.
But you see, especially in that third quarter, they're just balling. It's a really weird team. I will never be able to get a handle on this team. I think Sutton with the Gruden juju, it just makes it very weird. But you can't go against them when they're facing Justin Fields and the comedy that is Nagy. So I'm going with the Raiders.
Bro, I will bet against old man Jason Peters, every time. So of course I'm going the Raiders.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Next up, this is another fun one, another really good one. Browns Chargers. Man, I'm tired of being a hot take machine, dude. I really feel, and this is me coming with conviction. God. This is me coming with conviction, dude. I really feel like,
say it,
dude. I'm about to piss you off, bro.
Say it.
The Cowboys are going to Super Bowl because this team is so fucking good. It's crazy. It's crazy. How did they have that matchup against the Cowboys? It doesn't make sense to me. You'll think a low-scoring game is gonna go to the Chargers. How the hell did that happen when you got Eckler balling out? You don't even, Mike Williams cannot show up. He didn't show up. Mike Williams and Keenan Allen did not show up, and they dogged this team for 300 yards, 3 touchdowns in the first half. Herbert is another weird one for me. Not because not because he does bad things, but just because I see there's games where he I don't know if it's a matchup, like if it's on purpose or not, but he'll literally only go to his RBs and tight ends, or he'll only go to his wide receivers. Like it's one or the other. It's not like consistent. Yeah. Which I find strange. But as far as accuracy, as far as decision making, I think there's few people that give you a better chance than Justin Herbert.
Yeah. I agree with that. But are you choosing the Chargers of this game?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so I thought you were going to actually choose the Browns.
Yeah, no. I'm going with I think the Browns have done a very good job of shooting themselves in the foot this season. I think the hype is all there. Yeah. And there's been a lot of issues. I think I'm not as down as on Baker as most people are. I would say I think he can do better, but as a first, he was the first overall pick, right?
I honestly don't even remember.
I feel like he was. Check that out. But I feel like you just expect more production from him, especially given his weapons are back, including
I mean,
it's crazy.
Landry should be back within the next week or two. So I have a slight prediction.
Okay.
Asante Samuels is going to get 2 picks.
Ooh, I like that. I like that. He's been
He's
balling, man. He's been balling.
balling, bro.
Literally, literally.
And I'm so pissed that the Eagles skipped on him.
Mhm. I feel you.
So pissed.
It'll be so hard to call that though. Like there's no
No, he was right
nobody
there.
called Diggs
No, no,
either. Literally.
no, no. Look, yeah, I get Diggs, but Sam, like, he was right there. He
I
was
know.
he was right there, and his dad played for the organization. I'm thinking, oh,
A no-brainer. Yeah.
this is a no brainer. I mean, dude is a baller. So, yeah, 2 picks. I'm getting like,
I
and
like that.
With Baker being there, he's one of those guys that he's not stable. So I'm almost wanting to say 3, but I'm gonna say 2.
Mm, I like it. I like it a
Yeah,
lot.
I'm gonna say 2.
I like it a lot. So you're going with the Chargers too.
Hell yeah.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
All
Let's
day.
do it. All right. Next up now, the team I was just pumping up, Giants
Yeah,
Cowboys in
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Dallas.
yeah.
I think this one is very easy to say where this one is going. I am no longer watching for the Cowboys to be bad. I'm watching for the Cowboys to find out if they can continue doing what they've been doing. Because
That's the
let's be
problem.
real.
That's
Let's
the
be real.
problem.
Even in the games that the game that they lost, they looked very good offensively and defensively.
Mm-hmm.
So I think there's no way they lose this game. But at the end of the day, it's just about consistency in this league and whether or not they can keep it up. But the same way I just threw out that hot take, a lot of people have been reacting saying, the Cowboys are better than are not who we thought they were. They're
Yeah,
much better.
yeah.
And especially the biggest revelation to me has been defensively. I think you got to give the credit to Quinn. You got to give the credit
Oh yeah,
to these
yeah,
guys, make it turning around the organization literally as soon as they got there
yeah.
and getting guys to make plays. Diggs has been balling, and it doesn't make
Diggs,
sense.
I don't get it.
People, honestly, I
I
know
mean,
that
he's good, but
dude,
I didn't see.
me neither. I'm gonna say watch these like when you watch the next time anyone that's listening out there, when you watch the Cowboys play, I know it's gonna be hard to look away from Michael Parsons. Watch Diggs cover wide receiver ones. He might be top 5 cornerback in the league. This dude is balling.
He took a significant jump from last year to this year because
Yeah.
last year quarterbacks were picking on him. Like, I
Mm-hmm.
mean, they targeted him. Like, oh yeah, you're gonna be here, cool. Like, it's just
And I think
amazing
that
to
has to
see the
do with the
turnaround.
help too.
It
Yeah.
does, it does, it does. But the turnaround from last year to this year is amazing. I laugh when you said the Cowboys going to the Super Bowl. I laughed because it sounds so weird to think about,
I agree.
but they honestly could. That's that I like. I honestly, Jesus Christ,
You hate to
like,
say it. You hate
God
to say
knows
it.
I hate to say that, but it's very possible they could.
The way they've
Very
been
possible.
playing is hard to argue against it.
If
Literally.
their issues, like you said, have really just been consistency, and because this is the NFC East,
Mm-hmm.
they play the Giants. It's very possible they could lose.
I know.
It's like very possible. Even in Dallas, it's very possible that the Giants could come in there and win. I would
Danny
love
Dimes just
nothing
balls out.
more. Yeah, I would love nothing more than to see that.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm choosing the Cowboys.
For sure. I would say also keep an eye out for Barkley. That Barkley
Oh,
Ezekiel
Barkley's
Elliott
gonna have
matchup.
fun. Yeah,
Literally.
Barkley's gonna have fun.
I was gonna say I don't know how well he's gonna do, but he needs a bounce back week for himself, not
Yeah,
even
yeah,
for the team.
yeah,
And I'm interested to see how this matchup plays out because of that, because they've been doing really good
yeah,
against the run and against the pass, which
yeah,
is
yeah,
crazy to say, man. Crazy to say.
yeah, yeah.
But easy one to pick. Now we go to one of the harder games to pick, in my opinion. I know I'm higher on the Niners than you are. Got Trey Lance announced as the starter in this one because Garoppolo's out.
Mm-hmm.
Niners Cardinals in Arizona. I'm going to start this one off by saying this is 100% a consistency issue with me too. While they're, yes, the lone undefeated team still left, I think they look terrible against the Vikings. Like
Yeah,
that game could have easily been a loss. It was
yeah.
in that same vein as sort of the Washington Giants game where
Mm-hmm.
both teams are just doing dumb shit like over and
Yeah,
over again. And you're like,
yeah,
how what am I watching? Not even like
yeah,
what not even this is cool, but like, what am I watching? It's 100% down to whether or not they could be consistent or not. I think it's hard to bet against them with the production that they've had, especially against the rookie QB making his first start. Um, but I'm convicted, man. I really feel like I'm gonna keep going with the Cardinals until I have a reason not to. And I
Yeah.
think it all starts and ends with Kyler Murray. I think
Mm-hmm.
until you see
Mm-hmm.
an injury pop up, which it has in the past, until you see something like that, there's no reason to assume that he's gonna slow down. Like this man is balling.
Yeah. Yeah. And look, don't get me wrong. I do like the 49ers. I this year, I think I do like them this year. But there's no way in hell I'm choosing them over the Cardinals. No, especially not at home. No, no. Kyler Murray is that. Look, he's gonna have fun against that secondary. That secondary
100%.
is not all that,
100%.
and he is going to like Hopkins is going to have a field day out there. So I'm choosing the Cardinals. No
This might
question.
be an extremely casual take. Like this is a fantasy football player take.
Okay.
But for some reason, coming into this season, I had it in my mind that James Conner had a much bigger chance of being RB1.
Did
Edmonds
you?
have been balling, dude. Edmonds
Yeah.
have been balling. Like
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
looks really good. Like
I got people trying to get him
I
from me.
slept on that. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It makes sense. Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Keep hold on to him. I would say hold
Oh,
on to him. Because
oh,
like I said
especially
earlier in this episode, you
yes.
see on those handoffs how much people are paying attention to Kyler whenever he
Yeah.
hands that ball off. And it does a lot for those holes.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not I'm not giving up Edmonds. Not for crackers. Not
We
not
need
not for not for 3 sticks of gum. No.
Yes, sir. We
You
need
gotta
oysters,
you,
clams, and cockles, baby. We need all three, baby.
all of the above. And I need prime rib. I need everything.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Yes, I need
Let's do it.
everything.
This is my game of the week. You can't talk me out of it. Rams, Seahawks. Bruh. Bills, Chiefs. I don't care about the Chiefs
Bro,
record right now. This is going to be a 30-30 game, right?
it's
It
gonna
has
be
to
a
be.
good game.
It has to
Yeah,
be.
this is gonna be a good game.
I think if you have anybody,
Mm-hmm.
anyone, any soul on the Bills in your fantasy team, make sure that they are playing. Zach Moss,
Oh,
Singletary, all of them.
yeah,
Play everyone
yeah,
because this Chiefs team has not been able to stop anything.
yeah, yeah. I know. That's why I'm shocked that the Eagles didn't win,
They scored 30 on them.
bro. Run the damn. Like, I'm not even gonna get back into
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Well, wait.
Look. The Bills are winning this.
Mm.
The Bills are winning this, and I know. Shout out to my Bills fans. I know they're probably listening. Uh, I know, like Jonathan, my boy Jonathan, especially would probably get on me if I chose the Chiefs. But this I'm only choosing the Bills because they're the more complete team.
Mhm.
It has nothing to do with the Chiefs offense. The Chiefs offense is going to be the Chiefs offense. That's hard to stop. But their defense, like you said, is just you can't trust it. You can't trust. Look, I'll put it like this: you can't trust that defense to win the game.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? At least be able to like hold. You can't really even do that. So I'm going Bills on this. They're the more complete team. And I
I
agree.
love.
I think fantasy wise, you probably should choose everyone. Which
Yeah,
is
I was
having me
gonna
rethink.
say.
I'm putting Singletary back in flex.
Yeah, man. It's so crazy, dude. I honestly am gonna say too, like matchup wise, I agree with everything you said. Like the Bills defense is tied for the lead in takeaways. Like they're balling
Yeah,
as well.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm just gonna go with one of those. This is the NFL picks, and I think I'm gonna go with the Chiefs. And here's my reasoning.
Yeah.
I'm a Ravens guy. I have seen it and felt it firsthand. If you have not had this team's number, it
Mm-hmm.
is hard. It is hard to get over the little brother, older brother syndrome that you have. It
Mm-hmm.
is very hard when you're facing Mahomes to feel like you are even in a position to win. Like,
Yeah.
and I know
Yeah.
that sounds crazy against
Yeah.
defense like that.
Yeah.
I think let's be real. I know your boy Jonathan's not going to want to hear this. I think that Josh Allen has a tendency to get rattled, regardless of if it doesn't
Yeah.
even have to be him getting hit.
Yeah.
He could start a game and look shaky and not be anywhere near the player you want him to be. And I
Yeah.
think if there's anyone that you're susceptible to do that against, it's the Chiefs. So that's entirely why I'm picking them. Obviously, you're going entirely with the offense.
Mm-hmm.
Numbers wise, defense matchup wise, it does not make any sense. I will admit that. I just think that there's no way that the Chiefs keep playing to this level, and it doesn't even have to be defensively. Like I think they could go out and score 45 points in this game against one of the best defenses, and we
They
won't be
could.
able to say much about it, literally.
I mean, it
Um,
wouldn't be shocking. That's the thing. It wouldn't even
yep,
be a shocker. It's like, okay, that's just what they do.
yeah,
Yeah.
and they need it. That's why I think it matters too, because they need it. I still do you think anybody else in the league are gonna be like doing consistently the underhand no look kind of throws that
Hell
Mahomes
no.
does? It's in like
It
and it's
doesn't even
so
make sense.
routine. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
so routine. It's crazy. I love watching him play. I think that this another sneaky matchup to watch is whether or not Clyde Edwards-Helaire can get anything going. He had
Yeah.
his first
Yeah.
100 yard game, and that's important. But I think that you need that second dimension to keep the first dimension on that go mode. Um, I would say this is 100% uh, not a heart pick, but like the NFL season figures itself out at some point kind of pick.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
going. I'm
Yeah.
going with the Chiefs.
Yeah. I'm not even mad at that.
All right, last one, and it's a doozy. We got the Colts in Baltimore against my Ravens. I'm gonna let you start so I can finish big on this one because I can't let you
Yeah,
show me
man.
out like this, bro.
Yeah.
You went off today. Like I have to end it off big.
uh y'all are injured.
Yes, we are.
You're injured. But I trust you more than I trust in the Colts. Quentin Nelson is gone for the
Mhm,
season, right?
mhm.
I'm not choosing the Colts. I'm not choosing the Colts in this one. I like I I don't know, bro. It's you know what this is starting to make me feel like with watching Wentz with these guys. It's almost starting to feel like when I watched him with Alshon Jeffrey,
Mhm.
like toward the end, like just like it, like you can see the connection, but like things just like it just seemed like the little things were just off timing wise. So it made to where you're not getting as much production from specific players like you should be.
Mhm.
That's what this is starting to remind me of. So um I think with you guys being home, if I'm not mistaken, Bateman will be back, right? Um
Yep. Yep.
I can't like as much as I want to choose the Colts, I can't. There's just no way I can. I'm going with the Ravens on this one.
I just want to say if y'all listened to me last week and you played Marquise Brown like I told y'all to, y'all got something out of it, baby. My man's went off. He had a big chunk play for 50 yards and a touchdown. That was beautiful, man. You love to see,
Yeah,
especially against that defense. I
yeah,
think that was the biggest game this season where not only was it a sigh of relief, but this team is good. Like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
regardless of what happened against the Raiders, regardless of what happened with what, that was a huge performance in my eyes because they put up points against one of the best defenses in the league,
Mm-hmm,
regardless of if they had their starting quarterback or not and how that plays into the game. I think that the fact that they were able to do that is huge. And
mm-hmm.
against a team like this, you don't need to score a lot to beat this team. Like you
Yeah,
you don't
yeah,
like you don't need to score a lot to beat the Colts. I think that they're gonna. I hate how injured we are, especially at the RP
yeah,
situation. It is such a mess. And every time I feel like I have some ray of hope, either with Tyson or it always lets me down like immediately in some other aspect. So there's no perfect answer right now with all these injuries. You're just gonna kind of have to ride it out.
yeah.
But the fact that I don't care what happens, I don't care if he runs for over 100 yards. The fact that Lamar Jackson is consistently becoming a threat in the passing game
Yeah,
is the
yeah.
biggest nightmare for any team out there. I do not care matchup wise how you feel about the matchup because we're injured. If he can continue to play to this level and not turn over the ball like he did,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how we don't put up 28 points a game. I don't know how you're able to stop that. And also the clock managing aspect, like regardless if that Lions game was all over the place,
Mm-hmm.
I really feel like if there's any team in the league you could trust down the stretch, regardless of whatever, it's my Ravens.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going with them in this game too. I would legitimately be shocked. Like this will be more of a surprise than the Raiders loss, more of a surprise than any sort
Yeah,
of
yeah, yeah.
um situation this season.
Yeah.
And we already beat this horse to death, but I hate to see the Colts fall apart like this season. Like I really coming in, I was really high on them. Like I was like they almost a lock to win that division, and the fact that it's gone this way is nuts.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I agree. There's no way I can choose the Colts in this game, man. Like
For sure.
I had such high hopes for them this year, but this is just not looking good.
Mm-hmm.
This is not looking good, and I feel bad, honestly, because I wanted to see Wentz succeed, but yeah, bro, this
They looked good last week, though. I'll give them that.
that's probably about like the highlight of the year to me for
Mm-hmm.
them. Like I
And
don't
against
see.
who? Again, the
That's what I'm
Dolphins.
saying. Like that's what I'm saying. Like I don't know that they're gonna do any better like throughout the rest of the
Exactly.
season. So yeah, yeah, I got y'all winning this one, and
Yes, sir.
possibly, if I wanted to give a score, I could see you guys being somewhere close to like 35. It'd be like 35-21, something like
Mm-hmm.
that.
Yeah, I could see it too, and I could also see us in a situation where we have Wentz going crazy again on both his bum ankles, and he somehow finds a way to turn the ball over multiple times. I think that there's potential for blowout in this game.
Oh yeah,
I just want to say shout out to my pick a couple weeks ago. I'm like, there's no way any team gets blown out this week, and there was like three blowouts right off the bat, literally as soon as it
yeah, yeah,
started.
yeah, yeah.
I think hands down though, this game should, in my opinion, not be a two touchdown game. Like this should be
No,
more than two touchdowns.
there's no way this is
Um,
close.
Big cushion for my Ravens.
Yeah,
So yeah, man, that's all we got this week. Is there anything else you
yeah,
want to grab on before we head out of here?
yeah. Real quick, any final takes? Any like final takes of any sport? Like whatever you're thinking.
Okay, I'm gonna say as far as the NFL goes right now, what a time to be alive. I know this is gonna sound like a silly take, but at the end of the
Okay.
day, when you have teams like the Raiders, you have teams like the Chargers
Mm-hmm.
that turned around not just the season, but their organization. Like
Yeah.
you see the difference in the level that they're playing.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not even mentioning teams like the Cardinals, the Niners, Rams. Like there's just so much talent across this. I feel like more so than any other season in the last 5 years, there's actually a race. Like
Yeah.
the Chiefs are getting cooked. There's actually a situation where you can see that the playoffs always are going to be based on matchup anyway, but that the
Mm-hmm.
playoffs can really be interesting based on who gets who on the draw
Oh
and
yeah.
who's going where, who's on the road. Like all of that matters,
Yeah. Wild
which
card
is
games
why
gonna be
I
pretty
love it.
crazy too.
Literally.
Yeah.
I'm loving this season and the fact that it's going to be a week longer. With all the talent we have, it's just been a blast to watch. Like I literally have been watching. I can't remember, and I know this is also partly because of the podcast, but I can't remember a time where I was watching on Sunday
Mm-hmm.
3+ full games, like
Oh
full
yeah,
full
yeah,
games.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
I'm not sitting at home just with the red zone on. Like I
yeah,
have red zone and I have the full game on. Like because there's a lot of these
yeah,
matchups weekly that are
yeah,
going to tell you a lot about not just the teams but their playoff prospects. So I'm just going to
yeah.
say there's a lot of teams to look forward to, a lot of teams to look at. If there's one play, this is going to be super random.
Mm-hmm.
If there's one play I want you to go back and look at,
Mm-hmm.
it was I can't pinpoint the quarter, but it was Josh Allen, and it ended up being in one of those angry runs of the week on NFL Network.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
This man literally took a defender with him into the sideline. Like he was
Yeah.
going out, switch hands, changed hands, went to the opposite side and took the receiver. I never seen anything like that literally in my life. Like
Yeah.
I love watching that host scream at the top of his lungs about those
Yeah.
angry runs, bro. They're hilarious.
Yeah.
Check that out and make sure y'all look at that Urban Meyer video in the club, bro. That shit
Oh
is
yeah.
hilarious.
Yeah. 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 My final take, I'm gonna say NBA preseason is finally here. I'm glad basketball is back. Um, you might think I'm a homer, but anyone sleeping on the Celtics this year, bro, you didn't pay attention to what they did this offseason. I, I wholeheartly believe they'll have a top 5 defense this year. I believe they have a top 5 defense, and I think I would even go as far to say they might be top 10 in assists.
Mm.
Not sure which place yet,
Mm-hmm.
but I think they would be top 10 in assists. And I think this like I don't want to give my prediction yet because we haven't gotten into the NBA season yet.
We'll get there.
We'll get there, but don't sleep on the Celtics. That's all I'm gonna say.
I love that homer pick. I'm an OKC guy, so I know it's gonna be a sad year.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say I don't like our first round pick at all, like at all, bro. Like I'm not looking forward to this at all. Like I hate the way that we're going, but you just got to be along for the ride, man. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
abandon my team. I'm not Kevin Durant. I'm not going anywhere else. I'm staying here.
Oh,
I'm
what
doing
a
what I gotta
shot!
do. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be a sad year, but I will say there's a lot of teams. It's another one of these seasons where there's a lot of teams that are gonna be good and fun to watch.
Yeah.
Like I watched that Bulls preseason game.
Oh, the
That's
Bulls are gonna
gonna
be
be
fun. The
that's gonna be
Bulls
a
are gonna be
fun team
fun.
to watch,
Yeah,
man.
I already have them like one of the top 8 teams in the East. Like,
Literally,
yeah,
literally, and so many people sleep on it. I think the Ball family has become sort of the butt of the joke, but I think
yeah.
he as a facilitator is legit. Like you
Oh,
can't question that at all.
at all, at all. Yeah, man. I'm looking forward to it. This is gonna be a great season. Can't wait to talk basketball. This is gonna be
For
fun.
sure.
This is gonna be
Honestly, I
fun.
hate preseason in basketball though. Like more
I
so
get
than
it.
NFL, everything
Yeah,
else.
yeah,
I hate it, but
yeah,
I you just love to feel the buzz. It's that
yeah,
time of the year,
bro.
you know what I'm saying? It's that time of the year.
Yeah, pumpkins and basketball.
And I just want to say this right now, literally, pumpkin spice. Shout out to pumpkin spice. My girlfriend has literally turned me into a demon, bro. I'm going to Starbucks. Let me get this. This is my order right here. This is what you stay here for. We're 2 hours in, bro. This is what you need. You're gonna go to Starbucks tomorrow. You're gonna
Uh
get a chai latte,
huh. Uh huh.
iced,
Uh huh.
and with pumpkin cold foam, and you're gonna be blown away at how good it is. I'm just telling you. That is your new order. Whoever's out there,
I'm
if
about
you're
to
down
check
for
that
the
out.
pumpkin, you
I'm about
gotta
to check that
try
out.
it. You
Yeah.
gotta try it.
I'll
Shout
check
out,
that out.
shout out to my baby girl Yasmina for putting me on.
Yeah.
But I'm just gonna say, man, this is a random take that nobody's ever gonna probably even know what I'm talking about. But
Mhm.
this Saturday, there's a event that a lot of people are saying is going to be shit in the for the UFC, where the main event is Mackenzie Dern versus Marina Rodriguez.
Yeah.
I think both of those women are the future of that division. Like that
Yeah.
main event fight specifically
Hmm.
is huge. I think that if you're looking at future players at 115, the fact that both of them, like this is a real throwback matchup in the way of UFC 1, where you have the grappler versus the striker.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
that
Been a while.
Mackenzie Dern has really changed her approach on the feet since getting with Perillo, and has looked like a pressure fighter, just hoping to get into a takedown situation kind of fighter.
Hmm.
And Marina Rodriguez, literally, I would say, is in my top 5 in those small woman divisions of power punchers. Her
Right.
ability to generate power at 115 is insane. So
Yeah.
it's a huge test for Dern. I'm gonna say if there's anybody that's a blue chip prospect in MMA right now, it's Mackenzie Dern. So tune
Yeah.
into this Saturday, tune into that main event. It's gonna be nuts while it lasts. I think you could see a situation where both are winning in their respective zones, and then eventually someone's able to find a finish. So
Yeah.
I am going with Mackenzie Dern in that one. I think it's going to be a first round submission, but I will not be surprised if she gets knocked out either. So tune in. Those are the fights you love to see.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. It's been a while since I've seen a fight like that. So I'm excited about it. I'm excited about it. I can't wait. We'll have to we'll get into MMA
For sure.
for another time because Jesus, man, it's time. We've got to do it. We got to do it one episode. Well, we technically did it last week, but you know what I'm saying. We got to do a deep dive. We got to do a deep dive.
Yes,
yeah,
sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. All right, so
But,
give me
guys,
your socials, bro.
Yes, sir. You can catch me on Negron MMA on Twitter, as well as Chris Negron _ on Instagram. Loving putting these things out, loving sending them off to people and just getting the reactions. I think not only have I gotten really good reactions, but also good feedback as far as
good.
certain things. I want to get myself some lighting in here. I think, especially since we've been going at night, just getting some more action up here would be great. So just trying to move forward and trying to improve. Please give them your socials too, and let's get it going.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, all right, Derrick _ OTS DERRICK. But I'd rather you follow the brand. And got an announcement. I have officially changed the handles and website for OTS. So all the handles, social media handles, at OTS Media Co. At OTS Media CEO. At OTS Media CO. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, youtube.com / OTS Media Co. Website is otsmediaco.com. So just remember all that. Play this back a couple times if you need to, but go check out everything we have going on. We have a couple of shows that are starting to sprinkle back into the cycle. Yeah, just give us your feedback. Let us know what you guys think we're doing here, what you want us to talk about. Also give us your ratings and also give some comments and likes. Thank you. The likes. Thank you. Let us know what you think. Let us know what you think. I think we are doing a great job. I mean, obviously we know what the hell we're talking about. We're picking pretty well with all these picks and you know, tied right now. So
literally,
you know, you can't go wrong listening to us.
For sure. And I just want to say, I love the handle change. Shout out to your co-host on Realish. We to see that. We love to see the representation here, man. It's not just about the guys. You know what I'm saying? It's the sideline guys and gals. You know what I mean? Let's get it done.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Shout out to Jessica. Yeah, we'll have to bring you on if you want to be on that. Sure. We'll have to bring you on for the episode. But yeah,
I went to film school, dude. I don't know if you know.
That's
this.
right.
I went
that's
to film
right.
School,
you
man.
did tell me that.
I'm ready.
Yeah. I'll let you know when we're recording next.
Yeah, for sure.
All right,
guys. Have a good one. I hope y'all enjoyed that, and I love going live too. We gotta. I don't know what's the situation, but next time we gotta get some questions, man.
Oh yeah. I gotta get someone that's gonna actually be able to read. Because it's
too much to keep up
hard
with.
Balance. Yeah, it's a hard balance. Yeah. But we'll catch y'all next week. Thanks for watching. If you're watching on YouTube, thanks for listening. Subscribe to subscribe to us on all platforms, and we will catch y'all next week.
Yes, sir. Peace.